Welcome guys, I'm Gregory Yang.
I'm Daniel Marit.
So today I'm going to show you how we can solve some of these equations using a calculator. With me here I have a Casio scientific calculator FX100.
Casio FX82, where most of the students they have this type of a calculator.
So you can use this type of calculators in solving, let's say, quadratic equations, or you can use in finding some of the coefficients when you are told to expand. Also in solving some of the equations, let's say involving two variables. So in our case, let's consider a first example: x squared plus x minus 12 equals to 0.
Okay, in this example, I'm going to direct you how to solve it using a calculator. First of all, this is my calculator. For my case, I'm going to use FX82. Then, I have to put it on. After putting on, make sure you reset on your calculator. What you will do, you will press Shift, Mode, then number 3, and equal sign. I've reset my calculator. So, what I'm going to do is, to solve this equation, first of all, we have to note that to solve a quadratic equation in this type of a calculator, we have to make sure there is a condition that I have to put in it. Instead of using x, I'm going to use c. Then I put my equation. Okay, let's go. I'll press mod. Then I'll press number 3. Then I'll follow this arrow up to quad because it's a quadratic equation. Then I'll put my equation in the form of c. What I'm going to do, I'm going to press alpha c, then comma. Then I put my equation. My equation is x squared plus x minus 12 equal to 0. Then my equation should be c squared plus c minus 12. Then after putting our equation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press m plus up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to press Shift, then number 2. Then there's an arrow here. I'm going to follow that arrow up to the end. After reaching at the end, I press number 1. Then I'm going to use this arrow up to answer. Then I replace it with 0. Then I press equal sign. Meaning I will get my first x, which is equal to 3. My first x equal to 3. Then I'm going to look for the second x. What I'm going to do there, I'm going to use this arrow. I'll press twice. 1, 2. Then delete. Then press Shift, number 2 again. Follow this arrow. Then press number 2. Then equal sign. My second value I'm going to get is negative 4. Meaning our second x is negative 4. If you use whichever method, like quadratic equation negative b plus or minus the square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, you will still get the same answer. If you are going to use factorization, I'm sure you are going to get the same answer.
Okay, after knowing how to find these roots, in this case we have x as 3 and x as minus 4. Also, we have another sum. You can use a calculator in finding this. Picture out an example when you are told to find some of the coefficients of an expansion. Let's consider a equation x plus y, and then bracket q.
When it comes to expansion, it depends with a kind of a calculator that you have. For my case, I have two types of a calculator, FX82 and FX100. So, in many cases, we usually write, we know the power of x is going to be decreased as the power of y is going to increase. The power of x will be 3 cubed plus the space of our coefficient, then it will be x squared y plus a coefficient, then x y squared, then plus y cubed. Many people use that triangle to find the coefficient of this equation. Like that triangle is usually based 1, 1, then 1, 1, then 1, 2, 1, then 1, 3, 3, 1. Then they substitute here 1, 3, 3, 1. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to find this coefficient in our calculator. In our calculator, if you are using an FX82, what you will do, you will press this power, the power which is 3, then you press here. Then I start with 0. My first coefficient, it will be 1. It will be 1. Then the second one, I come here and delete. Then I press 1. My second is 3. Then I continue like that. My third one is 3. Then continue with the last one, it will be 1. I hope we are together. If you want to find a coefficient using a calculator, FX82, you will press first the power, then you press here, near that button near the alpha. Then you start with 0, it will give you. Then I delete, I come to 1, give you 3. Then 2, 3. Then 3, 1. But when it comes to another type of a calculator, which is FX100, is different. It will be, I'll press 3, then I press shift, then division, side. Then I start with 1. Then I start with 0, it will give me 1. Then, when I delete 1, it will be 3. Then 2, it will give me 3. Then 3, it will give me 3. So it depends which kind of a calculator. If it's FX100, I will start with that power, then shift, then here. Then I start pressing. That's it. If you want to expand any other question, the coefficient to find in a calculator is very easy than drawing that triangle.
Yes, as just illustrated by my brother, instead of drawing all this, you may end up messing with one or two coefficients. Instead, you can just use a calculator in finding these coefficients. Then lastly, we want to use the same calculators in showing you how you can solve an equation adding more than one variable. So in our case, we have an equation, let's say x plus y minus z equals to 4. Then x minus 2y plus 3z equals to negative 6. And then 2x plus 3y plus z equals to 7. So you can use the same calculator in finding the solutions to these values of x, y, and z.
Okay, so many people using so many methods to solve this equation. But the easiest way is just to use an FX100 calculator. As I said earlier, when you have to reset your calculator first, then you continue. Then you have to press mode. until at the end you will find an equation there. Then I press 1. For our case, our equation, it has 3 unknowns. Therefore, we are going to select 3 unknowns. Then, here is written A1. I will use my A as the value of X, then B as the value of Y, then C as the value of Z. Then this, it will be D. Then my first value is X. Our first value in X is 1. I press 1, then equal sign. The second one is positive 1. Then I press 1, equal sign. The value of Z is negative 1. I'm going to press negative 1. My D1 is 4. I'm going to press 4. My A2 is my X. Then I'm going to press 1. My B2 is negative 2. Then I'm pressing negative 2. Then my Z value is 3. Then I'm going to press 3 equal sign. Then negative 6 equal sign. To the last equation. 2 equal sign. 3 equal sign. 1 equal sign. My D is 7 equal sign. Then the first value that I'm going to get is X equal to 1. Solution. Then I'm going to get my first value X equal to 1. Then Y is Z. Then I press the second time. My value of Y equal to 2. Then the third value is Z equal to negative 1. These are the solution. This is how we use a calculator to solve this question.
Someone can ask this. Someone can say this. All this is just plagiarism. Instead, by just using this calculator to show you the method and the way to get at an answer. But when you are told to use this, use matrix method, you can use it. Any other method. But remember to use a calculator to be sure with what you are getting when you are using any of these methods. Thank you for listening to us.
Let's meet to another video. Thank you.